Guys, this video, alright, it's going to be a long 30 minutes babbling, talking about this, alright? There's a questionnaire going on here that for people who know Chinese, you can attempt it. But I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna answer this questionnaire together with you guys. But it's gonna take time because I'm also talking a lot. Alright, I'm explaining my reasoning for choosing, why I chose in the questionnaires there. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, yeah, this is not the intro. Alright, this is like an aftermath of me recording everything. And I realized I recorded it too long. Alright, yeah.
やぶれかぶれのやぶ医者が竹やぶの中へ吸ったこらさやぶから棒に吸ったこらさやぶれたらぶれた持って吸ったこらさ
Hi, how are you guys doing? It's Adelian over here. I'm still not feeling well right now, but I'm just going to record one episode here because there seems to be something like this. They have some kind of questionnaire going on. So it's like it's just to hope, it's like they are trying to get feedback from the players. So if you guys haven't really go through this, I would suggest you guys to go through this. All right. So today I'm recording one episode because I'm not really I'm not healthy enough to go through another map. So I'm just gonna maybe go through this with you guys a bit. So the first one here, the Singularity, I think this is the one thing here. I think the Singularity event. How do you how was it? Do you clear everything or anything? So I think I've cleared everything. So only the first chapter. For chapter 2, chapter 3, it doesn't matter. It doesn't because chapter 2, chapter 3 is they make it because my beef with Girls Frontline is don't get me wrong, I like to read stories, I like to experience stories and all that, but the thing here is they have put everything chapter 2, chapter 3 is the stories are there and it's increasingly harder. You understand me? So what happened now is if I care about the story, then I need to go up to chapter 3. But I know my girls cannot handle chapter 2 even. So if I care about the story, then and I only know the first part of it, the second part and third part, it doesn't matter. So that's the worst thing, for people who likes to read about the story and then I'm stuck here and then I'm just gonna be stuck here forever. I never gonna know the story forever, So this is the kind of feeling that it feels as if let's say an anime there's 3 seasons, right? So and then you only get to watch season 1 and then season 2, season 3 you don't get to watch because for some reasons that is beyond your control. So that is the thing. So it's that's why I feel that if you want to create events, maybe put every story in just in one part where everybody can go through it, and then the second part, the third part, the harder modes, make it into the part is they are not story related. They're just there. They're guidance, that you don't know that part of the story, it doesn't matter, So when there's no events going on, how much time you pay attention to the game? I'll tell you this, alright, I pay attention to the game less than 30 minutes. You know why? Because my phone cannot handle this game. I will have to play this game on emulator. I'm not even kidding. Seriously, I have to play this game on emulator because my phone was originally it can handle this game, but and then this game just keep on expanding and updating to one point my phone just stop. It just refused to work with this game anymore. So and then I'm using BlueStacks, and BlueStacks has various problem, even though Micah team said that they're working together with BlueStacks a lot to make the game work properly. It doesn't work for me. So it's like sometimes I have to lock in there. Whenever there's time to train, then like the map for training EXP, that's the time that I lock in. But most of the time I focus more on Arzulane, Washingers are Kandai collection because of the accessibility. I can access to it and then I don't have to wait for loading screen and all that. Because BlueStacks, I don't know if you guys realize this, but the loading is very unbearable. So this question here, it says that so if you get to choose, do you feel that like the time that you spend on this game, is it something that you feel that you have spent enough, or you hope to spend more? The first one is like I have my expectation for like like what the amount of time I spend in this game, it actually like is more than I expected. This is like this is a little bit more than I expected, and then this is like it's less than what I expected that I would have played this game more. For my case, is this. I would think that I would play a lot this game, Girls Frontline, because I like Girls Frontline. And the game is like, I have like love-hate relationship with Girls Frontline. As you guys have watched this all like, like even though there's lagging issues and all that, but I still try to tolerate it because this game is fun, So, but I hope to play more. But the problem is, if BlueStacks doesn't like up their game, then this game is gonna be really hard for me to load it up and then to play for a long time, because I have to find a time to sit down in front of the computer and then to kick off that emulator and then start doing shit, But compared to like what Girls are and the others, the emulators are like they have a better compatibility. Like even Arzulane has better compatibility on BlueStacks. And then whenever there is an event, how much time that you pay attention to this game? Yes, I pay attention to this game like probably 4 hours, and every day more than 4 hours, because I have to prepare and everything. I have to record the videos and all that, so it's like maybe between 2 to 4 hours, because I can't like record more than 4 hours because that's too long for me to edit the video later on. So, well, when events come, I feel that I spend too much. I think I spend too much time on the event, because basically, I'm weak, so that's probably the reason. So for Singularity, like, how would you rate? Like, is it like from 1 to 5? What grade would you give it? I would say, actually, for Singularity, you know what? It's actually, I would say it's a 4, because they try to be innovative, like you get to choose the route and all that, so that's a very good one. But there's an issue whereby why I don't give it a 5, because they are still having this mentality that every player has like a maxed out team, like every player has time to play this game, every player has no issue loading this game on their phones, and every player has like level 100. That's almost, it's not just Girls Frontline, alright? Watching Girls are, I'm telling you, alright? Just don't assume that every player is like a hardcore player, alright? So I like that choosing this one is like the Ralph system, like how much do you like this system? I like it. I put it 5. It's good. So whether I don't really find that very satisfying. It says like how satisfying do you find all the maps in the Singularity event? I don't know, but if you guys, I would say the maps are okay. It's still like 4. Alright, just other than the first map, because it's like I don't care. I mean, like you can put in an animation, you can put in like just stuff. You don't have to force me to watch M4 defeated by M16 and all that. You know, just tell me about it. That's it. You don't have to like, yeah, because this is a game, all right. I don't need to like, you know. I don't know because I never experienced it. I'm so sorry. That is like, what is the how much do you feel about, you know, the EX mode or like, you know, the hidden stage? I never reached the hidden stage. That's why I put a 1. So it's like I never get there. So for whatever they're giving us, the rewards for Singularity event, how much would you rate? I would say 4, because it's actually quite good actually. You know, just that I never I didn't get, you know, I didn't play as much as I would, but then I still couldn't like get it because of BlueStacks. So it's like, you know, so it's like I didn't get it. But the thing is, I would prefer to have, you know, more proper rewards, you know. But then I'm just going with chapter 1, so whatever. I don't care about story though. Here's the thing. It says, what do you feel about the story, the plot for Singularity Point? My beef with this game is that you have to understand, plot doesn't matter in this game. I don't think story should matter. In this game, adding in story in this kind of game is, to me, what I feel it is actually too much. You know, you don't need to put story, because, you know, like games like Kanai Collection, Watching Girls are, you just give me a general setting and then give me a base to manage, give me, you know, micromanagement of my team, and then give me like occasionally every seasons there's an event, and then we will go there and challenge the event together, and then if we pass, we pass. If we don't pass, you know, we just choke it up in the experience, and then we'll do harder next time. You know, it's like how I said, it's just like a festival. Like Kanai Collection is basically, you know, why it's just there. You know, the event is just there, and then you just try your best to hit it. I don't think plot it matters, because from what I understand, even in plot, me as a commander, you know, my role doesn't matter, because it's like it's as if that I am not there at all. You know, it's like, I mean, come on, am I not the main character? You know, I am the one who gives command and all that, and then M4, M16, you know, AR-15, they will just act according to whatever they want to do in the story. They are not acting on behalf of my actions or my commands, you know. They are not, their action is not my decision. Do you understand me, Micah team? So it's like, if you want to put in story, fine, at least make it immersive. It's like, why we're going through that story? Because of my action, you see. And then here's one more thing. If you want to create event, don't mix up the main story with the event. You understand? Because some people, they are really into the story, they want to know the story, but they want to play everything like, you know, like very closely needed, closely planned. So what happened now is that, let's say I want to train all my girls up to hunger level before chapter 5, and then, you know, I still have chapter 6, 7, 8 right at the back over there, right? And then if, let's say, Singularity event happens after, the story happens after chapter 8, and then I've never read about chapter 8, then that would be a spoiler. I would have known the story before I cleared that chapter 8, then there wouldn't be any meaning. That, you know, it wouldn't have any point for me to go through chapter 8 anymore, because I already know what's going on in the back. You understand? So it's like, you know, I'm not like a spoiler phobe, but I understand people who hate spoilers. Alright, so that is something that, you know, you guys will need to consider. You know, you want to create an event, put in the story, fine. Put in the story that doesn't relate with the main story. Just like how Azulane did. Azulane is doing quite a good job until lately, because recently they want to put in like the main story, like, oh, I'm fighting sirens and this is a part of the main quest. I don't like that. You know, just put it as, you know, some kind of side story. Gaiden, you know, a Gaiden story. You know, you can do that, right? So, and I like your music all the time. Girls Frontline has one of the best music and BGM from all the, you know, like the this moe girls um games. You know, they have one of the best BGM ever. So what do I feel about the difficulty of the event? I would say 5, because sometimes I feel that, you know, if I don't read the walkthrough, I cannot clear the event. And then this time for Singularity event, what do you feel about, what do you think the part that is hardest? The first over here, she says, you know, trying to get through the puzzle is difficult, the enemy is being too difficult, or the rules is difficult to understand. For my case, the rules is very simple, except for the first map, because I don't really understand why why I don't get to like move my girls out, and then I have to watch M4. But now that I've gone through that, I understand, okay, so that's just a forced story. You know, I have to really watch M4 do stuff. I would say primarily the enemy, because if you say like, you know, the puzzle, you know, like puzzle is fine, you know, because we can work it out ourselves. But I would say, why not just put it this way: the main story, you know, is the normal mode, and then put a hard mode, you know, on a different section that doesn't have story at all, but it can be like, if you feel that the normal mode over here is not challenging enough, then you can go with hard mode. And a hard mode has like probably, you know, some gears that, you know, the girls would get. Like, say for example, let's say you have FAL in, you get FAL in the main story here, the normal mode, and then maybe FAL has like, you know, the laser pointer, an equipment that's basically designed for FAL, then you put it in hard mode, you know. So even though I cannot clear hard mode, but at least I got the main reward. That would be like, I would feel that that would be fair, because people would go for the main gun girl, right? The tactical dog, whatever you call it. But then the equipment is like, you know, for people who have that how I say this, they have that perfectionist attitude, then they'll go for the hard mode, right? So in this event, do you feel that in one, it says that in one map, you know, do you feel that you want it to be like, do you want to have, do you have, okay, what it says here is like, do you want to have a map that is very complicated, but you have less maps? Or do you want to have a lot of maps, but they are easy to clear? I would say, well, you know what? You know what? I like a mix of it. You know, I like a mix of it. What happened is like, you know, like, I don't want to have like, you know, if you have one map and it's difficult to the point that, you know, the newcomers feel that, oh, it's like they're gonna be kicked out of the whole thing. They don't get to have fun because they're newbies. And then I don't want the hardcore players to feel that, oh, your games are getting harder and easier and easier and all that. I would like to have a mix of it, just like what I said earlier. Just give me a normal mode, okay? Maybe a normal mode, but in this version. Like, you can give me like a normal mode, you have many maps, and then make it easier. And then hard mode, like, you have less, like 3 extra maps, but they are very difficult. And then make it rewarding in that sense as well. Don't put the tactical door over there, but just give me some very great like equipment, or even put in diamonds if you want. You know, that's I would feel that a lot of hardcore players would go for the diamonds, right? So, but then if you want me to choose either one of it, I would say this one. Yeah, this would be like great, because you have more maps to fight, but it's easier and it's simpler, so that, you know, like, you know, it doesn't feel that at least make it gradually harder. But then, you know, if you have more maps, at least the players will feel that, oh, I got a lot of things to do. That would be great as well. So in this event, in Singularity event here, about the tactical element, which one do you feel that we should, you know, they should improve it more? We can choose multiple ones, it's fine. I think the puzzle is good. It's good enough, alright? You don't have to make it harder, because they say, you know what Chinese game developers have? You know what their issue is? They say improve. In their mind, it means make it harder. You understand? Chinese game developer, they have this weird mentality. It's like they feel that if the game is harder, then it's actually more fun. But you have to understand, you know, harder games doesn't mean that it's a good game. All right. So I would feel that if you want to improve, you know, to make it harder, I would say maybe give me this, just this. All right. So it's like the EX mode, like whatever that is a hidden map, or some specific thing that you do, just like Super Robot Wars. You know, like there are certain maps that if you do a certain way, and then there's some new event that unlock, and then you got a new reward for that. You know, in Super Robot Wars, I like to play that game because, you know, I get to change how the original story from the original animation. You know, like let's say Gundam Seed, you know, like, you know, the original stories that says that Toru and Asran, they fought, you know, and then one of them dies. I'm not gonna say who dies, and then the main character Kira will get so angry, and then he has to fight the other one to the death. But if I did something right, the other guy who died didn't have to die. You understand? So it's like, maybe do something like that, you know, like just give me an element of surprise whereby, oh, I have this certain hidden secret mode, you know, that'll be great. Of course, I'm not saying that, you know, you have to put in so many complicated story and all that, but I would say hidden mode is good. The secret level would be wonderful. For the for event, what do I feel that is the things that draws me the most? I would say this one. All right, you know, Girls Frontline has one of the best BGM ever. I have to say this again. And Girls Frontline is a tactical game, so this is important. All right, so it's like the puzzle part, you know, it can't be problematic, but at least it's manageable. All right, the boss, whether it's strong or not, it doesn't really matter. Give me a boss that is strong, but there is one specific weakness that we get to, like, you know, exploit. So it means that, oh, she's strong, but if you try out several ways of clearing it, and you realize, oh, she has this weakness, and then we know, now we gotcha. You know, just like Rockman or Mega Man in United States, we call it, you know, Mega Man, but in Asia here, you know, it means it's Rockman. So Rockman is like, the point here is like, we normally, when you fight with normal cannons at the boss, you know, the normal attacks won't work. But if you use a certain weapon that you got from somewhere else against this boss, it worked like a charm. So I would say, you know, maybe do that, but don't make them stronger. I'm just saying that make them strong, but with one weakness that is fun to find out. All right. Yes. Which one would attract me? What kind of reward would attract me? I would say the tactical dolls. Yes. Only this. Okay. I go through, you know, the maps and all that. Primary reason is because I want to get her. You know, the equipment and all that, you know, not as much, but it would be great if I can get them as well. But I would say that those are just secondary. All right. We can get an elf if you want. The elf is good as well, but primarily it's tactical dolls. What is my level? I can't remember. Oh yeah, 73. Look at that. Yes, 73. I'm sorry. What do you feel that the commander? Okay, so what do you feel that the commander should be like? You know, like in setting. You know, like how the commander should should be like, like should we give the commander like, a profile picture or something like that, like at least feel that, at least like make him, if the commander ever exists in the game, in any like dialogues and anything, do we have to like describe it, or do we have to like draw him out? I would say you don't need it, because if you just describe or anything, or you put in a picture and all that, it just break the immersion. Just take Content Collection and Flower Night Girls, right? These two games, they did very well, whereby the commander never appear. They never really appear in a game, so you can imagine them as anyone as you can. So in that sense, you don't even have to choose, whether the commander is a male or a female, because it doesn't matter, you see? So the important thing here is like, I'm playing this game as myself. I'm not role-playing anyone, I'm just role-playing a commander that is me. So I put a lot of emotional attachment into it. So if you put in like a commander with a certain face that I feel that is not my face, that it breaks the immersion very badly. Alright? And what do you feel about in the story? Should this commander has any dialogues? You know what? I would say, if you want me to choose, like I'm more prone to this. Like, you don't need their dialogues at all. But if you really want to add the elements in, if you want that, this would be great. At least if you say, I'm talking to them, I'm talking to my tactical dolls. That's great. Alright, so I would say this is good. But if you feel that you want to take a page from Content Collection or Flower Night Girls, Wall Street Girls are, I would say this is good enough already. But if you feel that you want the extra work, I would say this is good. Because just take a page from Fallout, Elder Scrolls series. You get to choose your interaction, and from there you get to know, like, in let's say in an event, due to your response, you get to choose, okay, so in this particular situation we're under attack, and then they ask you for your opinion, and it really means something. You know why? Because if they ask you for opinion, what should we do, commander? And then you say, okay, we should focus on defense, we should focus on attack, we should focus on offense or defense, or even a mix of both, then that would mean that your map would have a different route. If you focus on defense, then primarily it will be, the battlefield will primarily be around your base. Offense means that you just don't care about defense, you go out, right? So what happened now is, like, maybe offense will help you to understand why the enemy is attacking you. Defense would help you to understand that, maybe defense is more like, you'll be understanding that, how they're attacking you and everything. Offense, you're just gonna like, sacrifice your base or anything. I don't know. It's just weird. But I would say this is a good one. It will add in some elements of, how do I say this, tactical elements in there. It's good. So what do you feel that we should do here? Like they say in the main story and the characters. So should we have, like, they say, how would you like the main story and the various characters that you got? Like, are they gonna have, how much relation you want it to be, right? So they say the main story should actually focus on several main characters, and the others are just like, they only appear in side missions and some side quests. The main quest should focus on several main characters, but in every level there are more supporting characters that will appear. And then here we go. It's like, I'll prefer the main story to have several characters. I'll get to look into the eyes of several characters. You know what? Right now, Girls Frontline is trying to do this, and it's a mess. It's a fucking mess. I'm telling you, it's a fucking mess. I will say that, You know, just give me a main picture with several main characters, alright, and the new characters are just supporting characters that come out, and then they play a major role in that particular chapter, but you know, but they don't have to die or anything, alright, they just appear and then they help out, and then they receive your commands to stay put somewhere, or due to certain reasons, and then they listen to your advice, and then they decided to stay back at certain base, you know, for future for future tactical reasons. That's why, you know, they stay back or something like that, you know. Like, I would prefer that to happen rather than just give me like, oh, let's look at FAL's view, let's look at UMP's views, let's look at M4's, and then what's happening over there. It's gonna be a very fucking mess, alright? If you want to do this, I would suggest you to do this, Michael team, alright? Focus on the main story in the game. In the game, focus on main story of M4 because you're doing that already. For, let's say you want to go with another team, let's say HK416 view, do it in the anime, do it in the manga, do it in, let's say, you know, in let's say, yes, even you know, a novel. You can do that, right? Like just like how Dog Hack series does, you know, like the main story, you know, is in the game, but there was a Dog Hack sign, right? Dog Hack stories, you know, there's a different Dog Hack anime that talks about in a different perspective. So it's like you can actually, you know, tackle this all roundedly. It's fine. To me, it's alright. But if you're doing a game, just keep it simple. Alright? Just don't blow it. Keep it simple and count your money. As simple as that. My age. You know what? I'm not gonna like let you know my age, alright? Because it's embarrassing. Alright? People will be like, oh my god, you're so old and you still play games. Hey, it's my hobby, alright? Playing game is my hobby, you know. Why would you want to judge me on that, right? So let's go. Alright, I've done a proper survey for Girls Frontline. Thank you very much, Biker team, for thinking that my words are important, or you want to know my opinions. Okay, so that was it. 30 minutes of explaining, you know, what I feel. I hope this, you know, I don't know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with what I say? Or do you feel that, you know, that 30 minutes, a lot of things that I say doesn't make sense, right? Just you know, tell me what you think. Put it down in the comments below, alright? Because it's like, it's not that we have to argue or anything. It's just that I'm just saying that, you know, it's good if we, you know, like, just put up different perspective. I like to know different perspective. I might not agree with that perspective, but it's fun to see people with different views, the other side of the argument. You know, it's very fun to see that. That's why, you know, like when America's trying to like diss China in the political aspect, I'm just saying what happened in the real world. What happens, like, you know, like I would like to see what China has to say. When China's dissing US, I'm trying to look at what US have to say, you know, rather than like, you know, just okay, leave it there, one of them is evil, and that's it. You know, the world is not as... No, I'm not forgetting about you, FL. I'm sorry. Okay, Sarah. Okay, and then oh yeah, of course, I have forgotten about something. Thank you for reminding me, Sarah. Hold on. All right. Yomu Konpaku. I'm sorry. Okay, I reply here. I don't really have enough time from Monday to Wednesday. I have to like, because occasionally I have to go work part-time so that I can support myself, and you know, it's not good for me to leech off my parents all the time. So that's why, you know, I go out to work sometimes, and I still have to write my research paper. So yeah, that's why I'm recording like videos, and then, you know, there are days that I'm not on YouTube. All right, but thank you for, you know, wanting to add me. Let's add you as friend. All right, 1032583. Let's have a look. All right, I'm searching it. Let's see if we can get the ID. It's loading. Alright, it's finally loaded. It's Yang Wen Li. Yang Wen Li. Nice to meet you. So let's add you in. Alright, yeah, there we go. Right, so we have more friends. Oh, we have more people we want to join. want to be friends as well. Let's see, we can add 9 more, so including Yang Wen Li earlier, so it'll be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we have enough. 1. Victorica. Nice to meet you. GDI. I know what this is. I know this is a reference for Command & Conquer. The original Command & Conquer, not Red Alert, not the those you know. GDI is GDI Commander. That's the original commander from the Command & Conquer series. I know that. All right, so let's. What happened? I thought I have added Victorica. What happened? What happened? Is there 2 Victorica? No, I didn't add it. I think we didn't successfully add it, that person, I guess. Oh, we did, see? That is in. Alright, so we have like GDI team and GDI, you know, Shikigan. So let's add the team and Shikigan together. Lopez-chan and I don't know, hunting red October. I don't know what it refers to, but it's okay. Thank you for, you know, want to be friends. Let's be friends, right? And my internet is acting up again. Ah, shit. Hold on. Alright, so we got 46 out of 50, so I still have like 1 more space for Yang Wen Li. So yeah, that'd be great. I hope that we get more like 50, you know, like Michael team. At least put it like 100, like, come on, 100 people. Just give us like 100 slots for all the friends, right? What's going on? No, there's no one to add anymore. Whatever. It's okay. So I guess that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. This is a very long episode of me explaining what do I feel about, you know, that you know, it's just a long video of me explaining what I feel about the events and how they're gonna tackle it. Alright, so that's about it. I feel that I should make a video of this because since, you know, they asked for opinion, and I'm thinking that while I can make a very quick, oh, I choose this and that, and I just answer that question real quick. But I have a feeling that they might be watching the videos too. So, you know, maybe make a video of it and try to explain it so that, you know, what is my take on this, you know, because I've been playing this game for a bit, like, you know, like I've been I feel that my input would help, would have some weight on that, right? Yeah, that's a very, you know, but I'm just feel that, you know, like it's better for me to record a video rather than just choose to answer the question and just what it is. All right, making a video to explain it would make it easier. We'll make it easier. No, I'm not. No, Sarah. I'm not forgetting you. Okay? Yeah. So I guess that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for like the long babbling and all that. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm trying to clear that content collection event the best I can. All right. So I'll see you guys there.